I'm in bars.
Sorry, what?
Where were you?
Not there. What?
All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another day of nonsense that
This
we
keeps-
sometimes called Tears of the Realm.
This keeps happening. How does this keep happening? He can't keep getting away with this.
I was pretty proud of that countdown.
Hi, everybody.
Are you glad?
Whoops.
Man.
Whoops.
Welcome to our Zelda RPG thingy. It uses the cipher system. It's cool.
Thingamabobadoodles.
Whatever this is.
The people below me are almost as nonsense as I am, so we're a good match.
Most of the time it's because we're still waking up and don't have a filter on our brains yet.
Announcer,
God, you guys get a filter
moments.
later?
I
What's
don't-
that like?
No.
No, it's
Just
just
check.
you.
It's not really a
No,
filter as
that
much as
goes
it is just
away.
crippling anxiety.
No.
Hey,
No,
we
the
know
fog
all
just
that. How do
lifts
you?
and everything becomes more like crisp and biting. So
Speaking of
So-
biting, Jody.
Announcer moments. Do we have anything official from ZZU? Our spoiler policy is over now.
Yep. Go play Mario RPG.
Tears-
What?
Yes, I've been playing it a
That's
lot,
not-
guys.
Zelda. Except for
Link is
except-
in
except for
Mario
2
RPG.
seconds. Except
Yeah,
for,
Link's
okay.
in the game.
Okay, by
Fight
that
me on
logic,
that.
Super Mario RPG is as much of a Zelda game as it is a Metroid game. All right, so
That
calm down
Yes.
over there.
That
I'm
was
good
with that.
adorable.
Yes.
That's not.
It's like, oh yeah,
Make your point,
everyone go play
Elias.
Smash Brothers. That's more of a Zelda game than Super Mario RPG.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, but Mario
Um,
RPG is better than Smash. Fight me.
I think one of these days,
If I were to
if we
fight
can't
you,
get
it would be
enough
in
people to
Smash and
play,
Super Mario RPG, so-
we should totally just do Smash with only Zelda characters. I think it would be fun.
I
All
hate
6 of
Smash
them?
Brothers.
You don't like
Oh,
Smash
six
Brothers,
of them.
really?
I don't either. I'm with you on that, Jax.
I've never
It's a
been
video
good
game.
at it, but I just there's lots of pretty colors and noises, and Yoshi goes. "Lahoo."
But
As
there's
long
no
as I'm playing
story.
with friends, it's fine.
There's no
Yeah.
story, and it's just I'm not a fan of like free for alls in general.
They
Who-
do have a
Who
story
told you there was
mode
no story?
in the most recent one. The story is kind of interesting,
The
but my
most recent
personal
has
favorite
World of
one.
Light.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers Brawl has an actual campaign.
Yeah,
Um,
the Space Emissary, like that
Yeah,
was
Space
actually
Emissary.
really good.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
is it
and-
like the campaign in like say like a Mortal Kombat
I have no
where
idea.
it's like you just go from like a normal fighting game level like
I
campaign?
mean, it is a fighting game
It's got
campaign, but there's
cutscenes,
cutscenes, there's a plot, like it's a
There's
you know,
platforming.
It's
So-
remarkably good.
So it's like Paperboy.
sure, why not?
Kind of.
Jax, I
Another-
love you.
I've never played either
You
of
m-
those games.
You mean the old game with the bike and you're throwing papers?
Yeah.
Wow. I
There's
haven't done that game
cutscenes.
in 20 years.
I'm
There's
imagining just
cutscenes,
people
you got,
aggressively
like,
throwing paper airplanes.
Objectives.
Kiri's marketing person is in chat right now,
Hello, Kiri's
Um,
marketing person.
and you
Hello,
most
Waluigi.
definitely
We
should
love
check
you.
out Desi Quest.
Mm.
Hi,
Thank you.
Imp. I'll have
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
if you watch Desi Quest, if you notice in the opening sequence, you can see me in the background in
Oh,
2
what?
different scenes.
Yo!
I'm in the prop. I'm doing stuff at Crafty and also setting some props during the actual thing.
Imp has
Rad.
checked.
In
Imp
fact-
has quite literally checked all.
The chai that is used in the tea kettle was made by me, and I got so many compliments. My ego was so huge by the end of that thing. I was like, I make good tea.
I'll have you know,
Aw,
every time
Desi
a
Quest was
book
so
is
good.
mentioned in any of my D&D games,
It's always
Imp
cute.
will instantly bring up, "Oh, you mean this book?" And he will have either Changeling or Alice like right next to his computer and go, "I found this book. We should totally talk about it."
Imp, I love you so much.
We love it.
I do love the fact that one, I haven't gotten. I've watched a little bit of Desi Quest. I need to continue to watch it.
It's amazing. It's hilarious. They're so good.
I mean, that whole team, and also Omar.
Also, Omar.
Like,
I mean, that's just
That
Like,
sounded not
bias
the way
just
you
sums up
probably
Omar.
intended.
and
like
also
the
Omar.
like the bias of Omar here aside, that whole team is stacked,
That whole team is stacked. And also, Omar is there.
No, I love
and we
Omar.
love
That's,
Omar.
that's how it sounded.
I know.
I'm sorry, but yeah,
I have used that as I have used that before. I think in relation to Elias Riscon, you guys are just so talented, and we have Elias. So
his reputation precedes
How
them.
how dare you?
See, anytime he implies that, I know that's not true because when we were making this show, I was like, yeah, I'll audition. He's like, please be in the cast, Elias. I need you.
You hold on to that. That's
Yeah.
good.
I have for over
so-
5 years.
So for other announcer moments,
Wait, was that for this
Anything-
game, Elias?
Yeah.
For Realms?
yes, 100%.
For
Oh.
Realms of the Wild.
Yeah.
When we
I was
were-
gonna say, he told me that as well, but mainly because he just needed a warm body.
I
Jax, you shush your face. You're
No,
a-
there wasn't enough people
There-
I
consistently.
there was
understand
a-
that, but
play,
you've
so he's like,
also
"I have to find
elevated. You
someone."
have elevated this. So shush.
I will let
Don't
you know,
self-deprecate.
Jax.
No, that was just the initial like.
Okay.
Yeah,
I need
we had this
somebody.
we had this conversation where I messaged Jax. I said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing this? I haven't played D&D with you, but I've sang with you, and we've interacted and things, and I'm pretty sure you'd be really good at this. But I do need to kind of put this forward that the reason we're adding another character is we really heavily need someone that's going to be there.
You know
Like,
what?
That's the
I
entire
missed.
reason we're doing this.
I missed 3 games.
Yeah, no, she's
Just
been
3
amazing.
the entire time. So I fulfilled my promise.
The only game I've ever
And you've
missed
been
was
wonderful.
2 months.
Anyway, announcements. For any of you guys in the tabletop gaming world that haven't been asleep, Critical Role's publishing arm, Darrington Press, has just released a new RPG called Candela Obscura. It looks like that. It's a very pretty book.
Ooh,
Um,
it is pretty.
and
It's a really good.
Gold?
It's well,
Gold
this is
foil. I love a
this
gold
is that the
the-
deluxe?
yeah.
Yeah, that looks
Loki
I
colors
had
is
to.
instantly
Spencer Stark is wonderful. Rowan Hall is wonderful. I got to meet them in person at Big Bad Con.
I love Rowan.
The system is great. Watch
Well,
the
there-
actual plays as well. They're very good.
Yeah. The reason I mentioned it, I did do an in-depth review on my YouTube channel, and the way I kept saying it over and over is this is an RPG written by actors, because it is very. They say the phrase "fiction first" like 400 times in this damn book, and it's only 200 pages long. It is a phenomenally interesting RPG that I probably would not recommend to someone that has never played an RPG before. But as long as you've played one before, I think it's a fantastic tool to kind of learn better storytelling and learn how to kind of take agency with your own character's story and being a part of the storytelling process. Like it's a really, really cool game. Also, it's a horror game, so be prepared for creepy stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
It really is. It looks very amazing. I have not been particularly interested in the Candela Obscura live plays until I read this book, and now I'm really thinking about it. So
Circle
Anyway.
Eagle and Thread is very, very good. Highly recommend.
yeah, check it out. If you would like to make me feel special, watch my 2.5 hour long in-depth review of it, or just like 5 minutes of it, so I get a view. And yeah,
How
A bunch
long
of
did you
stuff
say?
anyway, because like his videos that go into character classes and depth are like really good and really fascinating, and you learn a whole bunch of stuff. And if you're ever curious about how to play a new class in like 5e, it's like ridiculously helpful. Ridiculously helpful. It's great.
The only
So.
one I might
I
actually
have
love your
come
videos.
for because I've never played a character in this class, and I know it's his favorite, is for Monk.
Monks. I watched it's actually lots of his videos, but I, I watched the Echo Knight one like several times over. So you probably got like 50 views that were mine.
I take whatever I can get. My channel
A view
is
is a
small.
view.
It was the weirdest thing. Like every so often, I have these little bursts of growth where I will get like 10 subscribers over a month, and then I will lose 5 of them for no reason. I don't know if it's like bot accounts that are just dissolving or people just really don't like my content anymore. But
I think they're
it is the
doing bot
weirdest thing.
wipes or old account wipes, because I've been noticing that across a few things where it's
Well,
just
Google
like,
put out
boom.
a message saying like if you haven't logged into account for like 2.5 or 3 years, they're just going to delete the account.
Yeah.
Which makes me worry for things like the SourceFed archive, because nobody uses those channels anymore, and I really don't want to see them just up and vanish, despite
I'm
the fact that
assuming it would
none of
be
it is
like-
topical.
Accounts that haven't logged in for 3 years that like are blank, like have no content uploaded.
I mean, this is Google. They do dumb things all the time.
A lot of companies do.
I mean,
And
valid
on that
point.
Speaking of dumb things, let's go over the dumb things we did last game.
Oh, please, because I've been trying to watch the video, especially Jody put the comment up that it was the best game ever, and it hasn't been up, so I haven't been able to watch it. So I'm super excited. Tell me about it. What happened?
Sure. Excuse me. Sorry.
Segue.
Well,
Kiri, I just realized I don't have my ginger beer. So, Kiri, talk about what we did last week for like a couple seconds while I go get a ginger beer.
oh, I was like, does that have the list of what we did? Like, what?
Wait, Kiri's the
I'm going to use
GM.
this stalling point to pull up
I'm the
what's funny
GM, and in this
because
moment, I'm giving everybody
100
player intrusion tokens.
100
Yay!
player intrusion tokens.
Yeah.
Everybody add
100.
one. In fact, add 5.
Wow. 105. So generous.
Yeah. And we're just gonna take away like 3 of the DMs just because we suddenly have access to that.
Right, there you go. We're just like, you don't need
You
those.
don't. Yeah. You need this in this economy. Don't need
Right?
it. Bye.
All right. So last week,
Oh, I forgot.
We-
I forgot.
oh.
He
Has his
said
headphones
that.
on.
I heard all of that. Like these headphones broadcast. I just
God damn
I
it.
need my ginger beer or I get
Narc.
sick.
I
God damn it.
I
Part of the reason
as
why
the
we do it.
GM say that you didn't actually hear that.
Player intrusion
Your
token.
character
You didn't
was
hear
not
anything.
here during that time.
You're not the
You're in the
GM of
bar getting
life.
drunk.
I do what I want.
I really like that, Elias. You're not the GM of life.
Yeah, do what I want.
You can't fire me. I don't work in this van.
Why are you in this van?
No.
She doesn't
Why
even
do
go
we-
here.
Why do we even have this van?
We were in Kakariko and stuff.
But-
No.
How does this sound? How about we return to the tears of the realms?
I should definitely take an Adderall after this game.
The party is searching for a lost Arel. After Aino was able to make a rather detailed map of the newly improved Kakariko, the party suddenly heard a slight bit of commotion as a Zora woman was asking for a waiter. They discovered that Zulta had come to Kakariko looking for them after having issues tracking Arel with the rest of the heroes of the realms. Hoping that Zariah would have a method to contact her Auntie Rel, she was unfortunately
mute at the time.
Mute and unable to use her normal method of getting in contact with her aunt due to having her shadow powers suppressed with her current light-based powers.
And also not wanting to do that in front of her mom.
Yep.
Well, that too.
There was lots of pointed, yes, if only someone could do that.
So the party returned to the Tears Core after Aino very selflessly volunteered to allow Eki to track Arel's ascent. The party split off with Dilly and going to follow the scent trail that Arel left, while Zaraya, Adesh, and Mado went back to Arel's room to discover any clues they could find there. After finding a notebook with a semi-secret message in it, they were able to discover that Arel believes there is a Yiga clan mole embedded in the Tears Core. And after the attack, she decided to go follow them. Aino was able to track the scent trail until it disappeared. But the direction it was heading was towards a Yiga clan encampment that, for some inexplicable reason, Aino was aware of the exact location and the fact that most Yiga clan members were not aware of its location.
I think I did actually explain. I read about it.
Yeah.
It was very clear about that.
You have
Yeah.
explained it.
It wasn't
So-
inexplicable.
No
I-
one would
I
be
backed-
surprised
I-
with that. That's
listen.
just like assumed. All knowledge that Aino has, she has read about it.
Yeah. And I
So
literally walked in as I was
The
actively
group
defending Aino. Being like,
returns to the Tears
His
Core
motto's a mensch.
to make their final decision about what to do with the problem of Arel.
How do you
why?
solve a problem like a
Why?
row? Okay.
I consider this a personal attack.
Why? What happened?
There is a song in
So
The Sound
sorry.
of
I'm
Music
so sorry,
Oh,
Lex.
that's it.
called
Oh, yeah.
The
Not-
Problem of Maria.
No,
Or
you're
how do you
not.
solve the problem of Maria?
Meanwhile, me as the ASM of that show currently, I'm hearing that every off day.
Does ASM
Why are you
stand
like
for
this?
Assistant stage manager.
Correct.
Yes.
To explain that question would take
never
so
heard
much
that.
more longer time than we have.
Correct.
I feel like an important detail to bring up for Chax's benefit is that Aki was able to pick up Arel's scent because we presented
Oh,
a piece
yes.
of Arel's clothing.
No,
that for some
Adesh
reason
presented
was
a
on
piece
Adesh's
of
person.
Hello?
Yeah.
That is very important.
Did I miss that
Zaraya's
part?
definitely not going to comment on that at all.
You might have been like going to the bathroom or something at that point.
Damn it.
No, Zaraya
That's
was there.
why-
Yeah.
That's how Aki was able to track the scent.
Yeah,
Wild.
we didn't
I like
specifically
that. I really
we didn't specifically
They were just
name
standing there
which
like, we have
piece of
no like
clothing
article
it
of her
was.
to get a scent from, and I'm just like,
we
It's
figured
too
questions?
early to say which one it
Arel
is.
was your character. I mentioned to Elias, is like, have we decided?
I
what piece of
figured it
clothing?
was
He's
a
like,
safe
thing.
thing.
we'll let Chax choose exactly which piece of clothing Arel
It's her hoodie, of course.
might have.
You want to let me choose after playing Arel? You know what he has. I don't even have to say it.
Y'all, it is 9:27 in the morning. Twitch ain't gonna be happy about this.
I was Arel for 2.5 years,
That's never
doing that every morning.
It's true.
You're allowed to.
Okay, so
weirdly aggressive.
I like the fact that you guys were in Arel's office and couldn't use like her couch or something because she.
There were
obviously
too many
used her couch.
smells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we
the issue in
needed
Arel's
some-
place
we
was-
We needed something
Worse.
that was very clearly an isolated just her.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. So 2 questions. The first one is Aurora really that smart that she could have figured out that there was a mole in the Yiga clan? And then the second thing is
Are you trying to discount your old character's ability?
I know
Nope.
my old
No one
character.
knows her
So-
character
Not her
better
new and
than her.
improved.
If you remember your backstory before you joined
No,
everyone,
I know. It's just
I mean,
a joke.
you were
It's
on the run
funny.
for so long. I would be shocked if you wouldn't find moles and things like that because you always had to be very self-aware until you met the heroes of the realms. So.
Yeah, it was a joke.
We made
Because
her
all
dumber.
they know is she's dumb. So she actually never showed that side to her.
She did. She never needed to. I think that was the greatest thing about Aurel is that she was able to just be a lot of surface level for the things because it wasn't really required of her to do much more. And I think she really enjoyed after spending so much time to get into character motivation and stuff. I think after spending so much time having to be dialed up to 11 all the time, living very surface level can feel very freeing.
Mm.
So.
Okay, second question. Have we got Night Night yet?
I
don't think so.
Okay.
Not since going to Kakariko.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because Zerai, I almost said Aurel, because Zerai is going to change back into her
Okay.
normal self. So
Makes sense.
Yep.
So well, that's the that's kind of the question that you guys have to deal with now is at this point it's getting relatively late in the day. It's kind of pre sunset right now. The sun's getting relatively low. And so Zulta right now is ready to just run off and fight the whole Yiga clan in the middle of the blood moon if she has to. However, the rest of you can make the decision. Do you want to try going at night? Do you want to wait until the next morning? Do you want to wait until you have more time to plan? What do you guys think?
where's Kess?
Cass is still in Kakariko.
Kess actually isn't in Kakariko.
Oh,
Kess,
well.
She went
Um,
home to get Zulta, or to
But
talk
then
to
we
Zulta.
found Zulta in Kakariko.
Yeah. The last time
Maybe
you
Kess
saw
stayed home
her,
and
you,
burritoed.
she specifically said that she was going to go have a conversation with people that I believe was either implied or implicitly stated that she was going to go talk to Zulta.
I think she is.
No, she
pretty
said
much, she
that.
said, I'm going to go talk to your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as of right now, it seems like that conversation did not happen because Zulta has been searching for Aurel. Or at least the
You
conversation
might want to
happened
locate
very,
your
very,
other mom.
yeah, happened very, very quickly because I
Especially-
think Zulta might have mentioned, I think Zulta mentioned that Kess was going through some stuff. But it was not the in-depth conversation that it sounded like she was going to have. So, and as of right now, no one's seen Kess. Like you guys are the last person, or Zulta technically is the last person that saw Kess. So
Zulta communicated with Kess in some way to teleport us from Kakariko to the Tears Core.
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, she did use her walkie-talkie to get you guys teleported, but didn't actually see Kess.
So that makes me think, and
It's
Really
theoretically
randomly,
possible.
I'm sorry. I accidentally turned on subtitles and Kakariko comes up as Costa Rica. So we are all in Costa Rica.
you know what? Maybe it's a lot more tropical than
I'll take
we
it.
first thought.
Could be. Okay, sorry. Get back on topic.
I mean, is it really that far away from like the jungle area? I don't think. I mean, it's just barely north of there, right?
Dude, that map
Yeah,
is
it's
huge.
not too far. Farron?
That would take weeks in real travel time, Jody.
So,
It's closer than Rito Village, so
Sometimes
Anyway.
in Google Maps, I leave my walking directions on when I go to cities across the country. And it shows like, oh yeah, 20 days.
yep.
Yep.
That's always fun.
we keep
All right.
walking.
So
But
do
you
we
will not
need to
down on
talk
Oahu.
Zolta down from marching off right now, or?
I guess it's effectively up to you, guys. I think I'm in the wrong sound. As you guys all come together, Zulta has effectively okay, so we know where we're supposed to go. I'm ready, and like you can see, she turns her death drain on, and she's like, "I'm ready to go. Let's do this."
Wow. Okay. I don't think anyone's left here that you need to do that to.
I mean, it's quite a bit of a walk.
It's a bit of a walk, yeah. The kind of the thing, and it's getting dark, so maybe we go in the morning.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, are Yiga clan sort of like bats where they come out at night, so it is better to go during like day? So like maybe while they are sleeping, because they seem very nocturnal people. Maybe.
I don't know if they're like bats, but it does get colder
I mean,
at night and is harder to see usually.
Yes, but
And they're
harder
in
to
very
see.
tight,
They're
thin clothes.
going to have a
so-
harder time seeing us.
Maybe, I don't know. They're. What do y'all think?
Well, I think it
We've
might
been to
be
sleep
good
since
to
we've gone
update other people where we're going, so we are not, just blindly going off somewhere without anyone knowing where we're going, because then we're just going to do what Arel did, and then more people will go, where did they go? And they might not have someone who has read as much as me who would know where we might be. So maybe we should do that. And it seems like maybe Zarai is very tired and would benefit from night's sleep.
Oh yes, I'm very tired, especially since some of us have not slept since we got back. Minus Adesh, you at least got a nap. Well, a very active nap.
We can tell Lottie that we're leaving. She's, just over there in the kitchen.
Okay,
We can go
but
find her again.
maybe like telling just cook, not great idea.
No, Lottie's in charge of a lot more than just cooking.
All right. Well, maybe
So-
we should tell, I don't know, your other mother. At least.
Murder Mum, where is Mum?
It's a good question.
Especially
She went
because,
home to find you.
These bad guys were like looking for her specifically.
I mean,
Maybe not letting her out of our sight would be a good idea.
We're leaving her alone right now
Yeah.
because, she did seem very upset, a little bit traumatized, so
I really don't understand.
that's all right.
yes, Adesh.
This is Elias. Since I was
Oh.
gone, did we tell or communicate to Cass in any way the revelation we found out about her family?
No?
Uh,
Which revelation?
yeah.
That her.
Oh,
parents
she had an
were
entire
really-
conversation with her parents.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. She was
So
there.
she knows. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
but-
she
Okay.
technically found
It's-
out before you guys did.
Yeah,
It's kind of one of the things she's the most upset about,
That's
which
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That
I
okay.
know had opinions on. Of that
Yeah.
just seems anyway.
Just I know, not Kiri.
Yeah.
I mean, Kiri has opinions about everything, but she doesn't feel the need to share them.
When
That's fine.
things, even when they aren't as big a deal as they seem, when things that you thought were true turn out to not be true, when you don't find out until you're adult, it can be a very world-shaking thing.
That is called learning. I don't know.
From my own experience,
No, you
having-
are correct. I'm not arguing as a player.
No,
I
no.
am saying Aino does not understand this.
No, I have personal experience finding out about not me personally, but a member of my direct family finding out that a parent was not actually a blood relative of them, and they found out very late in life, and it was a very interesting experience. So anyway,
I know. I feel like if you want us to tell Kess specifically, then you can just say Kess specifically.
All right, fine. I think you should tell Cass.
well, so about that conversation, was it the longest conversation we've ever
You
had?
didn't actually talk to her, did you?
I mean, we talked,
Did
and
you see her?
yeah, I mean, face to face, and I
Noticed she was, upset beyond belief, actually actively crying at one point. So, and you know, Mama, she doesn't do that.
yeah, I mean, I totally got that, and
I don't think
mean,
so, because if you did, you would be there.
I most definitely didn't say anything about the idea that we could deal with that later because it's not going to change, but we don't know where Rel is.
I mean,
Feel
that
like
is
you're
very
lying.
That sounds
practical,
like
to be
you.
fair.
So
I think we need someone to stay with Mom right now.
Or we should bring her with.
We could, yeah, if we can get her out of her burrito.
How about this? How about this?
Burrito.
We're very capable people, but in the worst case scenario, if we need your help, give us one of those little flare devices that apparently summons all of you, and we will use it in an absolute emergency. But I think what's more important right now is what they're saying.
Because we don't know what will happen if they end up taking Mom. She is
Yeah, you're right.
actively looking for her.
That's true. It could be they could be using the situation to lure us away from her, and then
And she might just be off on another fling. She disappears for months at a time. You know
another
this.
flame.
I don't expect that question from you.
Well, you said it. I didn't. This wasn't. Anyway,
Dasha's
yeah,
like,
you
I
should
thought
stay
we
here,
had something
Zolta.
special.
After he sleeps with someone the same day we get back.
you know,
Are
Soraya,
you talking about a rel?
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Kess.
That's
Sorry.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, we're talking about Kess going off and having another fling
I
in
was
front
just-
of her wife.
I was just like, is she talking about fling in a different way?
I'll be honest, I lost the plot a couple minutes ago, and I'm just like, what's happening?
Okay, my bad.
They have a very progressive relationship. No, Kess is not going off and having flings.
You should stay
She's
here.
madly in love with her fish wife. So Zulta kind of looks at you, Zuriah, and goes, "You take far too much after your other mother." And
Yes.
you're right. And she kind of sighs, and you watch as her powers just kind of slowly turn off. And she comes over and kind of puts her hands on your shoulders.
Right after she turned off her death
Yeah,
machine, there's a little bit of
after her
like
death
tension.
So you feel the little bit of tingly still on there.
Please be all the way off. Please be all the way off.
Because we know that sometime while growing up,
She
she
has
didn't have
zapped
them
us.
all the way off. And she's
Right.
like, honey, zap.
Not
So
in the good way.
she she puts her hands on your shoulders and go, I trust you. I support you. But if anything goes wrong, anyone that hurts you will die a very horrible death.
I love you too, Mom. That's so sweet.
And so she goes and gives you a quick kiss on the forehead and goes, I'm going to go find your mother.
Right.
And you watch her kind of wander off.
So about the traveling at night or day question,
So let me get back into my normal self, and we'll see if we can contact Antarel.
Oh, right. Yeah. You really like to stick with the light hologram thing, huh?
I do. There's two of me.
Right.
So much more you can do with two of you. Imagine that. What you could do with two of you.
I could use a good night's sleep as well. I think our rooms are here still, so
Yeah.
I mean, the rooms haven't like left.
They haven't packed up their bags and said, "All right,
No,
I'm
the
gonna head
rooms-
out."
The rooms also packed up their bags and left.
The bags are just their four walls. It's very uncomfortable to move. Do you know how hard it is?
each of the rooms ungooed themselves from the Ultra Hand. And
Cut
Okay.
to like Zonai contractors.
descending from the heavens for construction.
Yep.
You never know. Who's to say?
So,
In these games.
um,
At this point, it could be a realm.
unless you guys have anything you want to do before you head to bed,
Not before I head to bed, no.
anything you do before
She's
you
not
sleep.
here. You can't do her.
No, wait, you do need to find the person that we sent off. So, or someone else, you know. So there
We
is something
sent
you need
off.
to do before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Chris,
Also, are we
I didn't
are
hear it.
we reaching out to Cass? Like, or is Zolta just going to go find her?
From what I meant to imply is that Zulta's going to go tell Cass what's going on and
Okay.
then
Mm-hmm.
have the conversation she should have had.
She'll take care
Hours
of
ago.
Cass. Yeah.
Cool.
And I think we got some of the summon flares before.
Yeah.
So
Just
There-
let me know
so-
when we're all in
there-
our respective dorm or rooms.
Okay. And now, does anyone else have something that they want to do before going to bed?
Read me a
Nope.
story. No.
Once upon a time.
we all go into Adesha's room. He brought the tea.
So, what you
guys.
thinking? Anyway, so you guys all go back to your respective dorms to get some rest. Adesh, is there anything in particular you would like to do before
Yeah.
going to bed?
Or
After a
who
few
you-
minutes. After a few minutes, I'm gonna get out. Try to be a little quiet.
Mhm.
And then just silently for the rest of the hallway to hear a knock on Ino's door.
I know he's probably not actually fallen asleep yet. Just kind
I'm
of
hoping.
opens door like, you have bad dream?
And then as she says that, this white kind of puffball appears and just kind of gives you this look.
A key is on her head, just
Yeah.
like poking out of the
Take
hair
it,
and just looking
Aki
very
had fallen asleep already.
yes. Aki falls asleep all the. He had a hard day. He was running around tracking.
That's true, and I appreciate. No, I
Good
wanted
boy.
to.
What a good boy.
To follow. Should I come inside or should we talk here?
All right. She steps back and lets you in.
So you mentioned that you knew all of these things about the Ega clan by reading books, and then I asked you, where are these magical books that know all the secrets of Hyrule? And you were like, I can't tell you that. I would like to
Correct.
know why you were not able to tell us why you know these things that typically only someone like, oh, I don't know, say a mole would know.
All right. I will repeat again. You know, you are very pretty, but very dumb. All right.
Then help me understand.
I grew up in library. Library has many books.
Hmm.
Part of that catalogs where a lot of people take settlement. It is part of our job to make sure that we know where things are and we are the keepers of information.
Right. So I grew up in Kakariko.
Yes, you
That has-
have a really shoddy library.
That's actually helpful to my point. It's probably at this point one of the best libraries in Hyrule that I'm aware of.
Well, you're not aware of
You could
everything,
go to
so-
the castle, but that's seen better days. So is it the aged up castle that has current information on Yiga whereabouts, or I don't know of any library that you would have grown up in that knows all these secrets.
Yes. And as I explained, there is reason because I cannot tell you
And my question was why?
because you are not keeper. You are
Keeper?
not librarian. Therefore, you do not need to know. And it is actually against my what is word? I forget word. You are not family, and therefore I cannot tell you because it is not what you are allowed to know. You are a lovely person, but really, what do we know about each other?
So the only ones who can know about the library are the librarians that already work there,
Yes.
or your family.
Well, the family librarian, same thing.
So your families are librarians.
Yes.
Okay. Where?
I told you I am not Mole.
No, and I just.
Also, if I had been Mole, wouldn't Aurel be like chasing me? This is the logic you have to go through your mind.
I should be clear. I don't think you're the mole. I think
Okay,
we've
well,
been
that is not
through-
actually what you said earlier.
And I wanted to rule you. I asked everybody that question. It's just that you all just came out with, oh, I know the secret location of every Yiga base, so I thought that was odd.
I mean, not everyone. I'm sure there's ones that they haven't cataloged, but you
Okay.
know, we keep track of things, and frankly, why would I tell you if like I am being as helpful as I possibly can?
Yes, and that's part of why I think you're not actually the mole.
Oh, good.
So there's no. Okay. All right.
I will ask them next time I see them if this is something that maybe we can make exception for. But I owe them everything.
I mean, I owe
And
my
I hope
family
you can
everything, too.
understand. My family, I was not born to. I was rescued. And they did not have to take me in, but they did. And their secrecy is very important to them. And well, I think everyone should know them because they are truly the best people that have ever existed, in my humble opinion.
As you
I
s-
cannot
say that,
violate their trust.
as you say that, you feel a little headbutt.
And you,
Nuzzles
of
up to
course,
you.
my dear friend, are the best boy that has ever existed. My best friend. Aki is also family.
No, I got
Aki
that.
helped them find
Yeah.
me. I would not be here either if it was not for Aki.
I guess we're all thankful and owe a lot of people a lot of things. Well, okay. I guess if you can't tell us, then you can't tell us. I will not ask you to betray your family's trust.
Aino actually steps forward and gives you a hug. And just, thank you.
Yep. Pat. Pat.
Fair.
It's the
she's
pause.
still and she's still there.
It's the pause after the second one. Just it
Actually
gets
thinks of someone who's hugging them as a younger sibling.
cut to a
It is
wide
just-
of this moment.
Cool.
I should probably let go now, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna. I'm
Sorry.
gonna go to bed. Actually,
I don't. All right, that's fair. If you could, maybe, because we are good friends, you don't necessarily tell everyone what we just talked about.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I just, I do trust you, and the reason I am willing to drop it in and not more suspicious is because of that trust I have for you.
I
So-
appreciate that, Adesh.
The less people who know that you happen to know the location of secret Yiga hideouts, the better.
I am starting to understand that they're here. Having certain knowledge is apparently is frowned upon, right term?
I don't think having knowledge is frowned upon, but whenever you have certain knowledge that not a lot of people know that is useful, people ask how you know that. And some people don't let it go.
Okay. I will.
That didn't come through.
Oh,
Your
can
cut
I,
it.
she whispers, "Can I still tell you when I know things?
Oh, yeah. That's fine. Just,
Can we like have, I don't know. I'll be discreet about it, and then you and I will both know why I know it, but no suspicious people.
yeah, I mean, all of us know that you read it in books. I just, yeah, that works. Should we have a safe word?
I don't know which words are safe because I thought all words were pretty safe, and then apparently some make you very suspicious. So
No, a safe,
if you
like,
could tell me
it's-
what a safe, oh
Yeah, like a word that you say.
Adesh, I like you a lot, but I don't know if that is where this is going.
What do you mean?
Well, you said safe word, and
Right.
I have read about safe words in other book, much spicier book than about Yield Clan. And
I was about to say the rest of us just see Aino randomly start to go into Dash's room a lot.
I was mid-drink. I
You
have
can-
no place to spit take this.
you can see her mind, like, it's that look of like when you're kind of going through like what you imagine would be like the Rolodex of information, or just like through like that you have in your brain trying to associate this word with like, okay, is he referring to it in this way? Okay, if he is, oh, maybe we should address this. I don't know.
I don't- No, a safe word is like whenever you want to talk about something, but you don't want other people around you to know. So
You mean
say,
a code word? See a
Oh,
safe
sure, that's
word.
another word for it. Yeah.
And then Aina just goes, see, a safe word, as I have learned, can kind of mean when you want something to stop, but you don't want to use the word stop because maybe part of saying stop is part of fun. Do you understand what I am saying?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's what the safe word is.
Well, I
I've
thought it
never
was
heard
both.
safe word. No, I think that's a code word. I
Huh.
could be wrong. Maybe our books aren't up to date. That's really good to know. I will update that.
Well, I definitely didn't learn that from books, so I don't know.
You should read more. You would be surprised what you can learn from books.
So then what should our code word be?
Cool.
That's worse.
um,
It's just one of my
Or-
favorite conversations we've ever had on Realms.
Which
We
are
will,
safer
we will
be-
throw in the word books.
Books?
Plural. Hopefully not in relation to your secret library.
Oh, you know what? This actually would get very confusing. What is a word I wouldn't use very often?
Potato.
Let's see. What's associated
Spaghetti.
with libraries, but not just libraries? Dust.
Spaghetti.
Boredom.
Uncooked spaghetti.
Dash, I am very
Silence.
sad for
I'm
your
not here, but-
experience of
Mom's
libraries.
spaghetti.
It sounds very sad and very inaccurate. Why, I learned how to do these lovely jumping games from shelf to shelf, and I also learned how to not die when you get stuck out in snowstorm, and
What about snowstorm?
okay.
Because that was very random to me, and I doubt anyone will associate that with what we were just talking about.
All
So,
right. If I start talking to you about snow, then you will know that I know something that I need to tell you in confidence so that you know and that I know, but I know. Sorry.
snowstorm it is. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, good night.
I'm not convinced that Kiri came up with this name just so anytime they go, I know, they can also go, oh, that's me. You can't convince me otherwise.
I'm not saying it's not why I'm
She's already confirmed that was it. Like that was
Oh.
like the
but
first or
it
second
is
episode.
it was a specifically chosen Finnish name, but also
It's Finnish?
for what it sounds.
It's
It is
perfect.
Finnish.
I can't tell you where I'm
So
from
is
because it's
Aki.
from Finland.
At least, yeah. Both of
She's
them.
from Finland, guys. This is an isekai. You guys didn't realize this is total isekai stuff. Like,
Yeah, I know what that means.
I don't.
I don't either. That's why I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
so isekai
God
is
damn
a subgenre of manga where a character is transported to
Into a
another
different
world.
world.
So
And typically they're super OP or they have to like build up their OP.
It's giving sword art, right? It's like
Sword Art Online
Art.
is an isekai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never heard
Okay.
that word used for that trope before. But
Look,
then again, I
I'm
don't
dumb.
watch
I've only
anime,
seen
so,
4 anime. What are you talking about?
yeah.
Anyway.
Give me something.
I go
I've
back
I've
to
been
my
a
room and
weeb
go
for
to
most
sleep,
of my life.
unless anyone knocks on my door.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right. Anyone else want to have an awkward conversation before we go to bed?
Yes.
You really want to fuck with yourselves. You should look up what the name Aki actually means.
Now, all of a sudden, I'm very scared too.
Kiri and I had a blast creating this character. I'm just going
They
to
are
put
the
that
one
out there.
who changes time. Is what that name means in Finnish.
The
Born in-
one
oh,
who
this is
changes
Japanese, Aki.
time.
I should look
They're
it
a
up.
time lord.
Yes.
Anyway,
Apparently, Aki is a Japanese name too, and it means something
it
totally
is.
different.
I know is also a Japanese name, but
Mhm.
oddly also in Finnish and pronounced relatively the same, I believe.
Wild.
Anyway,
Yeah,
No.
Zariah would like to have a conversation with Adesh about the article of clothing he pulled out.
I love that.
How long he has had that.
Love it.
I'm wondering if she knocks on my door while I'm not there.
She waits outside.
Just as
Oh.
you're coming back.
Motto walks by Zariah and
So
while
just-
going to do something, it's like, wait, why are you standing by Adesh's door? All right.
So just to
You
add
know
some
the
dramatic
reason.
tension here, after the conversation that you have with Aino, because again, basically, you guys each have your own rooms that open onto a relatively decent-sized common room. And so,
right.
Zariah, you go over and you knock on the door. You get no answer. You knock gig again. No answer. So you just kind of stand there waiting. And a few minutes, Aino's door opens, and you watch as Adesh, looking kind of flustered, comes out. And Adesh, you see Zariah like standing cross-armed. Her, foot is tapping, just looking at you.
Oh,
In
did
front
you
of
get
your door.
turned down?
What? Why are you in
Did you
my
get
door?
turned down?
Turned down about what? What are you talking about?
You just came out to Vino's room looking a little bit flustered.
Well, it was a private conversation. I don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm. So where did you get Aunt Terrell's, well, clothing?
Also private.
And why did you keep that on you for so long?
Also private. Why are you in my business?
Because it's my aunt and I'm very curious.
It's my
Takes out her notebook.
friend as well. So, friends have,
And how long has
Secrets
this
and
friendship been
things.
going on? She flips through the overall section of her notebook,
This is amazing.
pretty much since we met.
which was when again?
5-6 months ago, something like that. Right, Jody?
Yeah.
Yeah, little over 6 months ago.
A little over 6 months ago. Why are you writing
And
down?
ships for what? Question mark?
What?
Nothing.
Lord.
Why are you being so weird?
I imagine you've seen this side before.
The site
Side
side?
with a D, yes. Voice was turned on at that syllable, or at that phoneme.
Right, sorry. I basically know Turrito, so.
God.
I think I cut out.
I'm just
I
curious
halfway
as to why you have
expect
it
I
on
know
as a...
to be in her door with popcorn.
Well, do you still have to return it?
I'm sorry, my internet
Oh.
was hiccuping the past minute.
Sure it was.
Press
I
X to
trust me, I
doubt.
really wish it wasn't. I heard side and didn't have the context.
Sigh?
Side with a D.
Oh, side.
That whole thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Anything after that.
Oh. Is it for luck? Or do
I
you
think
just have to
everyone
return it?
except for Elias is frozen in the. Oh, I think we've moved.
No.
Okay.
Internet's going through it in LA right now.
Yeah.
Wild.
Why do I? No, it's not. It might be to her. Look, okay, you come inside. Usher her into the room.
Matto decides to go
Follow
knock
them in
on
the room.
Dilly's door just to feel included.
No, I was gonna say the only thing I wanted to do is before this whole scene, I was gonna just like walk on by, doing
Walk on by.
who knows what. My brain is trying to turn on at the moment.
Going to the bathroom.
Imagine
Me
if
going to the
someone-
bathroom like I normally do at this time of day. Just look at Soraya and go, "Why are you waiting outside of Adesh's door?" Huh? And then just like leaves. Like they have a small conversation. Then he goes and does something else. I don't know. I don't know how to implement. I don't know how to.
Confused
Private
because
conversation.
Matto
Matto's
asked
just
the
shuffling
question and
around
just
the
walked
bottom
away.
floor.
I expected you to say something back, but it was so past the scene it didn't make sense.
I kind of like the idea of like Matto is just kind of going through his normally nightly routine and just keeps walking past in various states of preparation for bed. Like one time he comes by and you see he's got like a towel and like a bar of soap, and then he comes back and he's got a toothbrush in his mouth. And
I hope he's wearing the towel.
No, he just has it.
Has it on his
Just
arm.
has it.
You don't get that. You don't get that. It's always up in a medium tight up.
So is that such a bad thing? Have you seen Model's body?
Thank
'Cause I've
you.
had to draw it.
Anyway,
Aurel says or Jack says add a character.
Yes.
That's
why the
Soraya.
accent, that's why the accent dropped.
Thank you. Thank you.
You said himbo, so there was very little clothes in the first sketch.
There you go. Heyo.
And if anyone is curious, I will send that to you.
Okay.
Please? Oh, do you already have it? Never mind.
When the first draft of the official art is actually just fan art.
Look. That's it.
I usher Zariah in, shut the door. I'm like, okay, look, you know clearly how she is.
Yes, and I know those are normally disposable to her.
There. Huh. Okay.
You just know this.
She.
Sorry.
She was very forward with me when we met, and I.
I'm so surprised.
Well, it's not surprising, right? I'm just laying the context. All right, can you just let me tell the story here, please? Unless you don't want to know, then you can just leave without your answers. It's up to you.
No, continue.
Okay, great.
Continues to write in her notebook.
Very forward with me, and I obviously enjoyed that at the beginning, but I am trying not to. How do I put this?
Remember?
Trying not. I think I would want to remember. I am trying not to be that way, like that, with people that I work with. That's why I don't come on to you or anyone else on the party here, right?
I thought it would be because I would bash your face in, and you slept with my aunt, but continue.
While I'm sure the first would be true, the second is actually not, despite her best efforts. At one point, she threw this at me in an attempt to get that to happen and told me to hold on to it. I just have.
It just gets so much better and better.
I believe none of this.
I'm scared of where this is going.
I'm sad I don't have popcorn.
Player intrusion token, you do now.
Angelique's listening to this, and suddenly she comes by with a big bowl of popcorn for you.
God.
She would. She would. You have an awesome wife.
I don't know what to tell you, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry, snaps her book closed.
You're
can
free to confirm with her once we find her.
Oh, questions will be asked. But no, definitely keep that article on you and return it.
Why? I'll
Good
ask
night.
her if she wants it back.
Soraya leaves the room and closes the door.
I now attempt to sleep.
So
Motto's at the door. No.
Yeah. And Dilly. For some reason they come together.
They both show up at the same time.
They
Hey,
want
what were you
to
talking
sell
about?
you a very short.
I mean, Lex is aggressively nosy. Motto, I don't think is.
No.
Motto just lives and lets lives.
Mono watches Zariah leave and go back to her room. He goes over and is like, "Hey, do you want a shield? Maybe kind of help you keep your door shut? It seems like seemed maybe you had more stuff going on than you really wanted tonight." No.
No. I feel like Adesh was. This is like common for Adesh to a degree. Nope.
Par for the course.
Nope, retracting that one. I don't feel comfortable with that statement.
Real quick, I know. Go ahead and take a player intrusion token from
Yay,
Walu
thank
Genie
you,
7.
Walu Genie is the best.
So you guys are all able to get some sleep. As a reminder, at the beginning or at the end of a 10-hour rest, you guys can change your focus if you would like.
Wow,
So-
we sleep for that long?
That's just what the quote unquote rule is a 10-hour rest. You're not technically sleeping that entire time, just like a long rest in D&D. You're not asleep for 8 hours. You only have to be asleep for 6 of the 8 hours and then doing light work. Same is kind of true here. You just have to have 10 hours where you're not actively doing something difficult. Whether you are spending, 6 of those hours asleep or all 10 is entirely up to you. But
I'm gonna take this opportunity to switch back into just like the Hyrule form.
okay. Did anyone else? Obviously, Zariah is going to switch back to Shadow.
I've been in my Hyrule form since we got back.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So you guys want to, excuse me, stick with your Hyrule form then?
Yar.
Yes.
Cool. So, when you guys will wake up, you find a note in your common room waiting for you from Zulta, who basically says, good luck storming the castle, and specifically thanks Zariah for the advice, because apparently she had missed some unspoken context.
Is there a hidden line where you hear her inner thoughts say, "You think it'll work? It'll take a miracle. Goodbye."
Goodbye.
Now get out, or I'll call the brute squad. I am the brute squad. You are the brute squad.
I kind of imagine Zulta leaving like poisons and a whole bunch of different random murder materials with us. Probably use these. Some of
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Aruna's bombs that she's kept and never had to use
Over
the course of the entire campaign.
in the Battle of Diego, Aruna did offer me a bomb, and I took it. So I have a hand bomb from Aruna in my inventory.
I do as well, actually.
You get a bomb, and you get a bomb. Everybody gets a bomb.
Yeah. Matto didn't drop it during that encounter.
No.
No, he's gonna.
I actually don't even know where my inventory is on the
He's gonna do some cartoon Link stuff where he uses the bomb to just fly on a shield.
That's not surprising.
That was not the thought I was going to have for that, but I do realize that is a thing that could be done.
And don't look
So-
back because cool
Not with
guys don't
normal
look at
physics.
explosions.
Due to the fact that we have a hard out,
Oh, that's right.
you guys are able to not have this going on anymore. We can do that. You guys are able to kind of get everything together, and I know from your kind of own understanding of where this base should be, you know that's going to take you probably about 3 or 4 hours to get there. As you guys start
Sorry, I realized I just.
it's perfectly fine. Nope.
Okay.
As you guys really, there we go. As you guys start getting close, I'm assuming I know what kind of tell you guys, okay, we are almost there. Maybe being more quiet is good. And as you guys really close, you guys find nothing. There is like the area that you guys are looking at. There are a few trees there. Otherwise, it's mostly kind of open plain.
No frogs with eyes on them.
Not that you can see.
Jody, I'm assuming I wouldn't expect it to be a like an actual
Absolutely.
visual insight.
Giant neon arrow. Yiga base here.
No, there's
Give me
actually
a
a giant
sign.
arrow
Oh, wow.
that says totally not a Yiga base. Please just go away.
There is a bar that we drive past every now and then.
Deliveries and
that
back.
literally just in neon sign says no. It's called No Bar, but we always giggle because it's like no bar here.
That's funny.
I see that on Google Maps. I haven't driven past
Can-
it.
I know clocks the look and is just like, I told you it was very secret base. What were you expecting? That we were going to walk up on big compound? My goodness, keep looking.
A cave.
Do you know the Yiga very well?
hole.
They tend to do that.
Look for bananas.
See, Zoraya's real smart.
Can I like
See
if I could find things like tracks?
Of course.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a power check. We're going to call this a difficulty 5 because the Yiga clan are kind of sneaky.
Can Soraya assist with her background? With her parents and the...
Ooh. Yeah, actually, Kess probably would have taken you quite a few places she probably shouldn't have.
And other parents.
As you were growing.
Kess was like, let's go check out this abandoned temple that's almost falling apart. Great family bonding.
So yeah, I'll give you an asset from Zoraya.
Which
And
means
then-
the difficulty's now a 4?
I
Yep,
would
and you-
also like to have a key help out looking for human-y sense. Something that doesn't belong in the forest. Not human, but like,
So-
bipedal.
With how assets work in the Cypher system, you can only have a maximum of 2, and you are I know is already giving an asset because
Oh, okay, right. Never
you're
mind.
knowledgeable. So you have 2 assets, one from Zoraya,
Difficulty
one
3.
from so it brings it down to difficulty 3.
Okay! Can we roll above a 9? That was not in the... So it is technically a 9.
Since you are rolling
Technically?
at your own desk, I will allow you to decide what counts as a roll and what doesn't.
It fell on the floor.
My basic rule of thumb is if it isn't on the table, it isn't a roll.
Then I will follow that rule. Damn it. It was a 6.
Do
Okay.
you reroll it all?
Nope. I don't see anything.
I'm just looking for bananas.
So, you guys see as Mato gets close and Aina goes, it wasn't going to be like blatantly obvious. Mato just kind of goes, oh, makes sense. And you watch him take a shield out and just start kind of surfing around. And you watch for like 15 minutes, he's just kind of surfing around for a while until eventually, as he's looking, his eyes seem to kind of focus on something and then boom, right into a tree.
Can I
We watch him.
wait? I'm sorry. I'd like to make this dumber.
Okay.
Oh my god, no,
Are
that
you
needs
about
to be
to
clipped.
use a player
I'm
intrusion
sorry.
token
I'd
to
Someone
like to
please
make
clip
this
that.
dumber.
I'm not using a player
listen.
intrusion token because it is only a matter of just pure description.
I was gonna say, wait, that's already happened 3 times. He tripped over the...
Instead of
No.
not paying attention and hitting a tree, he doesn't realize while he's searching that there's a little twig that is kind of at an angle perfectly where the shield that he's surfing on hits it. And so instead of hitting the tree, he is fully catapulted like maybe 15 feet in a very small parabola, and then like rolls ass over tea kettle for like another 30 feet,
This
like
actually
down
reminds
the
me of
hill.
last time I tried to snowboard.
Dead silently. Both Aki and Aino just watch this. Just like all that's changing is just like dead face, just watching.
Yeah, you cut to Aino and Aki and maybe Zoraya as you hear ah! and then just
The
You
boat.
just-
the
The
head
camera just
slightly-
pans over to Aino and Aki as they go,
it's not, yeah, it's just you just see the slow pan.
Head slightly bouncing as you're rolling, and then once you finally hit a stop, there's a beat, and then Aino looks to Aki and goes, "Should we find it?" That was fun. Should we
Before
find
that
it?
happens, you just hear, "I'm good." Ow.
Zoraya's just kind of watching him and shaking her head
Do you
because she
need help?
expected it, but she's still
I'm fine.
disappointed.
It's okay to ask for help.
Not gonna
Maddox.
lie, I am too. But that's all I would like to do. I would like to make it dumber than just hitting a tree because I think it's funny.
I think that's
Sure.
amazing.
So
Sorry, Jody.
no, it's perfectly fine. So after you go and you kind of face plant and roll and everything, you get up and you're still feeling a bit woozy. You pick up your shield and just kind of put it on your arm because it's easier to carry.
My
that
shield's
way.
not with me. It's like 30 feet away. I go
Yeah,
back
that's
for
what I'm
it.
saying. Is you kind of walk over, pick up your
Oh.
shield because you're not going to leave your shield.
Oh God,
Um,
no.
And then near the root, actually, because I would twig would be a little bit difficult to make you launch. Root, totally possible. So near the root that made you faceplant, you are kind of picking bits of grass and twigs and leaves out of your face, and you just kind of very hard rest against the tree and just kind of and as it hits the tree, you're expecting a very wooden sound, and you hear this very hollow boom.
You're kidding.
You were rewarded for the stupid.
You know what? Freaking take it.
Every
I hit
roll
it again.
matters.
I hit it again.
Boom.
You don't have to hit it with your face.
You don't tell me what to do.
I'm
You're
just-
not my dad.
No, I am definitely not.
God damn
You
it,
sure?
Elias.
I heard that.
Hey,
No, you didn't.
guys.
That was out of character.
This is great. Hey guys, this tree doesn't sound like a tree.
Oh, good. He found.
Yeah, just
Skips
like
on over.
hits it, like knocks on it one more time.
Boom.
I'd like. Does it look?
And I will say, when he hits it, like all of you guys can hear it because obviously this thing is hollow and the kind of inside is acting as an echoing chamber. So as you hit it, it's remarkably loud.
Does it?
I
look
know.
like a
Actually,
tree?
goes up, grabs Mado's hand from hitting it again, and goes, maybe don't beat the loud drum announcing to people that we are here and we have found their secret base.
Oh, good idea. Good idea. Does this look like you can kind of see where it's painted to look like a tree, but if you look
Are
hard
you
enough, you could see the like a secret door.
Are you talking about those really terrible power lines?
The cell
I
tower
am now.
trees.
Those are
I am-
hilarious.
I am now.
No, this 100% looks like a tree, and as you kind of feel it, like it is a tree. It just seems to have been hollowed out.
But does it sound like metal?
No, wood.
Oh, pure wood. Okay.
Mhm.
I like the idea of Motto knowing the sounds of trees by slamming into them face first.
How do you
Yes, I know.
test shield like maneuverability?
On a safe, clear area.
No.
But then again,
Yes,
it's
I
Motto,
know.
So
At the risk of making myself look more suspicious, I would love to use my my scan/aggressive learning ability to maybe see how one might open this.
Sure.
Can I
Without too much
assist?
difficulty, no need to assist. The ability itself just kind of gives
okay.
your information. Without too much difficulty, you realize the tree doesn't open. What it is the opening itself is if you actually climb up the tree, the center of the tree is quite literally hollow, and so the only way to enter is to actually go up the tree and come down. And because it actually does have a full canopy, there's no way to actually see the opening because it's always covered in leaves and things like that. So unless you are ramming face first into every tree, the likelihood of somebody accidentally discovering this entrance is effectively zero.
So I'm going to put this out there right now, without Aina just kind of looks up at it. Maybe does a little bit of actually no, it's scan. She doesn't even go up there, and then just starts talking about. So I think this is an entrance, but absolutely not an exit because you have to go down and slide down it like a slide, which I don't I mean, maybe they're really good at being like spiders or monkeys or something, but I don't feel like shimmying up that like Old Father Winter would be very easy or practical. So there's probably an exit as well.
We can
Can't they
tie
just
a
like
rope.
apparate and disappear where they like? Can't they just like teleport places?
Can they teleport places?
Yeah, I
don't know if
mean
it's teleport,
every.
but they're pretty dramatic about exiting.
I mean, but yeah, like, but because if I was,
They tend to laugh a lot.
I mean, but let me be clear.
They
If
do
I
have
was
issues.
had a penchant for the dramatic like they do, you know, they throw their thing, and I would want to completely disappear because you don't want to have your enemies then see exactly where you're going, like poof, and then you know it dissipates, and then you see them. They see you running away at like as fast as you can, like due northeast or something.
Oh no, I think you could get into this very secretively. Like it's just like hollow. You would just slide down and as you can see the canopy would like cover. So even if you were like flying above like Pierre forgets he can do, um you still wouldn't see it, but I don't think this is how they get out of the base.
I'd like to climb a tree.
I think that we can just tie a rope to the top of the tree, slide it down, and use that
Zariah
as
makes a
potential
ladder.
escape. Yeah,
I mean that also works, yeah. Ladder would work.
There's
Ladder would
solutions
work.
here.
All right.
I heard slide, and Mato's first thought was, "I'm gonna climb that tree."
So climbing a tree, not a difficult thing. When you get to the top, the tree itself is actually pretty massive. It's easily like 6 to 8 foot in diameter, so it's a big tree. And as you get to the top, you can see that not particularly well hidden or anything. There's just a relatively decent sized hole, probably about 2.5, 3 feet wide. And as you look down, it is nothing but darkness.
There's a hole up here.
I mean that is what they said,
Yeah.
right? Like that is what
Yeah.
you heard me?
Yep.
Here,
I'm
I
gonna-
get that
I'm
now
gonna
that he
toss-
says it, it's suddenly more
toss
fact.
Matto some rope.
Yep. I grab it, and then
Good.
I'm just gonna jump in the hole.
No, tie the rope. Oh my!
Zariah makes a ladder.
So Zariah, as you are, as everyone else is slowly making their way up.
Ignore that.
Okay, sorry. As everyone is slowly making their way up, Mato, you just start dropping. And relatively quickly, you notice that the space that you are dropping through gets wider. But again, it is so dark, the only point of light that you can see is directly above you, and it's very quickly getting further and further away. So you aren't quite expecting it when you suddenly stop. And you hit something semi-soft. You think you've landed on grass or something similar to it, but it's still an unpleasant, it's still a remarkably unpleasant experience. And you do take 3 points of the damage as you hit hard. And there's no real way to kind of prepare yourself because you can't see anything.
That's out of my courage shot.
Yep,
First.
always starts with courage.
Thank you. I feel like Mato would have something because he would surf at night occasionally as a light. Can I, now that I have landed, can I like try to find that in my pack and like look around?
Sure. If you want to turn on a light
Yeah.
in the middle of the enemy base, absolutely, you can do that.
It is motto.
Mm-hmm. So you guys watch as Mato kind of goes down, and then you hear this thud at the end, and then you see Mato activate effectively just a little lantern style light.
Do you think he died? And then the leg.
No,
No.
he's alive.
But we need to get down there before he.
Zariah flies down.
And real quick, Mato, take a player intrusion token from Walugini.
Woo!
I am just going to use the ladder that
Mhm.
Zariah has put together.
I will say it's a far enough drop down that it's a little bit further than your ladder can reach. But the ladder can go far enough that
Oh,
you
the
can
ladder
just kind
was
of hop
inside?
down.
It both outside and inside.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, she would have used the ladder to get up and then bring the ladder on and put it down so you guys could go down safely.
Well,
I would is what I assumed you were doing.
Yeah. Yep.
where did this ladder come from? Did you build it?
You
I'm assuming it's made of
it's
shadow.
shadows.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
forgot.
shadow ladder.
Sorry.
Um,
Oh, before we head out, Zariah did want to try. Sorry, I know this was a while ago, to contact Darrell using their normal method, but we can wait until later. We'll do
Yeah,
that later. We'll do that later.
So attempting to contact Arel, just to kind of, because this would have happened before you guys went. Attempting to contact Arel through that. The contact method that you guys have is not so much like walkie-talkies or anything.
Right.
It's a little bit closer to kind of a jury-rigged version of Morse code. And you guys do have kind of a signal of can't talk right now. And that's effectively what she gave you.
Okay, cool. So,
but
she's-
hey, that means she's able to do that.
yeah, and she's alive.
If you'd gotten
You know.
nothing back, that would have been far more concerning.
Yep. Okay, she's gonna relay that information. Then off we go.
Okay. So.
As we're descending,
Mhm.
I know always remains a little bit in light because Aki naturally has a little bit of a soft little greenish glow to him, and his little tail has a little blue, teal, green little flame on the end of it.
Green flame.
Green flame.
Green flame.
Green flame tail.
He's little.
Tell
he's
me
a
you
little...
tell me you watched Act Inc. without telling me you watched Act Inc.
It's fair. But
So yeah,
he's
as
a
you
little
guys
soft
all,
glow.
yeah, the descent is roughly about like 60-ish feet, and the ladder only goes, let's say like 40, 45 feet is as far as you can kind of stretch yourself right now, with your little ladder. So you guys have to drop about 20 feet since you can see the ground. Since Mato is there, landing without hurting yourself is not impossible. Let's
If
put it that way.
If Zariah is flying and they're on the ladder, can she lower the ladder with them?
The thing with the ladder is it has to be attached to something in order for it, because since it's extending from above, it has to be attached to something. So lowering it, unless you want to literally be holding the ladder while they descend it, which would be very, very difficult while flying.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Gosh, it
that
has feet.
I'm still tying a rope to the top of the tree.
Okay.
Getting it through. And when I get to the part where there's no more ladder, I will shimmy down with the rope.
I kind of like the idea that everyone else goes down the ladder and Adesh is just still up there and just ties the rope. And then as everyone else kind of drops off, they suddenly see a rope fall down.
Yeah.
And
that's
you
pretty
watch as
much-
Adesh just kind of climbs down and just looks at the rope, looks at everyone else. Just tugs
Once
on it
that,
to make
the
sure
ladder will
it's...
disappear, the rope will still be here.
And then
Cool.
obviously, Zariah, you take your shadows back.
Zariah flies
And-
back up, unties the rope because it's kind of obvious, and then flies back down. So
I
nice to be
know.
able to fly again.
Do you know where we're going from here?
No.
Okay.
Wait. Do I?
You do not have detailed plans. of
Okay,
this
I was like, I
particular
don't
base.
imagine she'd have the blueprints, but that would be funny.
Did I
Takes
memorize
down
the
It would
schematics
be.
of every base of every?
That's a little bit beyond.
Yeah, I found this last time I was at the library.
You
What
just,
the-
you just watch as I know
When
goes.
you guys
okay,
find out,
so
you'll go. Actually, maybe.
Secret family snow library. Where is it?
Amazing.
I know just kind of sits down in the grass and goes, Okay. And she uses Ino's tail to just kind of burn a little, or Aki's tail just to kind of burn a little map. Okay, so this is the first floor, and this is the second floor, and this is where the Starbucks is. But it's a really bad Starbucks. Like
Yeah,
they
won't
burn their
let-
coffee.
They won't let their workers unionize. This whole thing is not good, so we don't go there.
I got bad news.
So anyway,
for about everyone in
The
Hyrule.
elves went too far.
So no, what you specifically know about this one is, again, because it is not known to the greater population of Yiga. The reason that you guys know it without going into too many details is one of the things that gathers information, I guess, stumbled across it by accident, and was not, we can say, either brave or stupid enough to try and map out the base.
They aren't stupid. They are the best of beings.
Well,
They were also using Mado's shield, and you had a customer.
It did.
So,
I enjoyed it.
yeah, as you guys look around, I will say, Zariah, due to Mado's light, you are surrounded by shadows. Because darkness isn't technically shadows, it's just dark. But because there's a source of light now, you can just, not only can you feel that, but you also get this kind of strange feeling, very similar to how you feel when you go to the Shadow Realm, where there's just a lot of shadow energy around you. And you've never really felt it in the kind of regular prime material plane type the thing.
Oh, interesting.
prime material plane.
And that's all she says.
Okay. As far as what you guys can see, you're in a relatively kind of small room, and there is a hallway going down in front of you.
Aino does reach into her pocket and does pull out and start sketching like a rough idea of what the room looks like.
Are you mapping the space?
It's information, Adesh. Information we did not have before. Of course I am mapping
Yeah,
the space.
okay.
And you guys notice, probably Zariah would be the first one to notice, the light source that Mado has does not seem to go nearly as far as you think it should. And the hallway is almost like the room itself is only maybe about 20 feet and it's a circular room. So it's about 20 feet in diameter. It's not a massive, massive room, but it's decent sized. And the light barely goes 5 feet into the hallway going off from it.
I know. There's something different about the darkness here. And either Aunt Terrell is experimenting again, which is quite possible.
She does
Or yeah, she does. Or there's something else here making this feel more like the Shadow Realm. And I feel like Aki's light is a little bit different than Mado's. Can you have him go over a little bit into the darkness? Since it's not too bad.
Aino kind of just nods, but instead of sending him, she just walks with him further over. And am I able to ask him if he can just glow a little brighter?
Sure, absolutely.
Do
He's
better,
not-
Key.
He's not ever going to be as bright as like a torch or something like
Oh
that.
no,
but he
he's
can
a
definitely get
little
brighter.
tiny aurora.
And as you go out, you realize that Zariah is 100% correct. The light that Aki gives off does not seem to be limited by whatever this darkness is. So you can, when Aki gets a little bit brighter, you can see a good 10 feet away.
Mado, turn off your light.
Okay. Turns it off.
She
I
has
like
a
the
key
fact that
climb
he
up
follows
onto
her
top
command.
of her head, so he's like this, so he's almost like a headlamp
I like to
with
think
his
Mado,
tail going forward.
I like to think Mado trusts Zariah enough.
would hope so.
I'd like to think that Motto, when he's not in sales mood, is just a relatively trusting person, probably
Yeah.
more so than he needs to be in certain
Probably.
instances.
And I also
He's
feel
a
like
mensch.
with
Motto's a mensch, man.
I also feel like with Zaraya's background, she's used to sort of like taking the lead in a lot of situations, and like
Mhm.
so
This is
that's gained some sort of trust with her commands,
So,
which is why she loved absolute power.
so what do you guys want to do? Do you want to kind of continue down the hallway?
So does the light or does the darkness around, so it obviously changes visually, does it feel any different to Zaraya? Does it feel more like a normal darkness compared to the areas that's not?
The closer you get to Ino, the less you can feel the kind of abnormal darkness. From a visual perspective, if you hadn't seen what happened to Mato's light, you wouldn't realize there's anything different because Aki's light is acting like a normal light.
Right.
It is not a TikTok thing.
It's a Yiddish thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It,
So
it,
it's
it means
it's
like you're a
mensch.
you're a
Okay.
good person.
Yeah.
Stand
Okay.
up, good guy. Yeah.
I
He's
thought.
a mensch.
Yeah. Okay, just checking.
Lex, I keep seeing the balloon behind you and thinking it's a person
I
or
thought it was a
like a
person
cat
at least
climbing on
twice.
your.
Correct. That's fair.
Like, who's just hanging out in his office?
So
the
ahead.
does it sort of I almost said Kiri. I know. Can he glow any brighter?
I feel like
Okay.
he probably like I'm not gonna. This is an out of character thing. I feel like he probably can, but not without them,
yeah,
and
At
he's not
this-
aware of that.
at this
as a
particular instance, Aki is giving as much light as he is able to in this
At that form. Okay.
He's just little guy.
Because Zaraya still doesn't know about the flash of light, correct? That I know was able
Yeah,
to.
you don't know about that. And Ino doesn't technically know about that
Yeah.
either.
Right.
But
I think
Adesh
all you guys have seen
and
is
Dilly were awake.
oh yeah,
yeah,
'cause
so
I think-
only Dilly was awake. So the only person who knows she can
Oh, yeah.
do that.
I feel like
Is
Dilly
Dilly.
wouldn't have kept that a secret. Dilly is
I don't
very
know. You guys
forward.
haven't talked about it apparently.
Yeah, we haven't brought it
Yeah.
up, and Dilly's very quiet.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Dilly.
Dilly's only mention of it is when she's like, "Would you describe me as a friend?" When they were alone, she's like,
Yes, I think that's the word I'd use. My very powerful, kind of scary friend.
From Dilly's background, I will almost guarantee that she's not volunteered that information, not out of any sort of proclivity to secrecy, just as much as she's very used to weird things going on and not talking about them because she grew up in a circus.
This
I
is
go
just
knock
the thing
on
that
Dilly's
happens.
door.
So
Everyone's
anyway,
door.
Zaraya, whenever you're in the light, it's not that it's somehow repelling your darkness powers or anything. The shadows still work
feels-
the way they're normally to.
Yeah, it
But
feels
whatever this
normal.
kind of oppressive shadow realm darkness is, it seems that it's repelled by this light
Right.
in a way that regular light doesn't.
This is really interesting. She takes out her notebook while she's explaining it to everyone else.
Okay. Who all
Did you hear
has
that, Aki? You
a
are
notebook?
bestest boy.
You
You are the best of boy.
Can I pet you right now if you're lit up?
Matto, do you have a notebook?
Oh yes,
You
he's
have-
not going to harm you.
I do have a notebook.
No,
Should
no,
I
I
be
wasn't
taking
certain if he
notes
needs
everywhere we go?
concentration. So she like scratches his head behind his ears.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Like they have a notebook. You have a notebook. You're not using it right now. Should I have
No.
one too? Like what?
Do you want one? I have an extra.
No, I'm
I
asking
mean,
why
yes.
would I need
Should you be
one?
taking notes and writing things down constantly so that you can reference back to it? Yes. Oh, my
Okay,
goodness, you don't.
counterpoint
I-
to that.
you
I
don't
think
if,
everyone
read-
here has
if
it.
you're doing that for us, and multiple
not
people
doing
are,
it
apparently,
for
shouldn't
you.
someone also always be looking out and up from their paper and keeping an eye out while you?
That is what Aki is doing because he does not have possible thumbs.
Okay. So
Like
the
I
five
said,
of us
that's
should
his
always be
voice.
taking notes while Aki watches for all of us, right?
I will say, Zariah, if you do get close to kind of the fire,
Mhm.
it's warm, but it's not an actual fire. It's as we've mentioned before, it's electromagnetic.
Right.
So it feels warm, and you'll watch it kind of like
Your
wash over you like
feathers
fairy fire.
slightly, your feathers slightly like was static, but that's it.
Yeah, like so it's a tingly warmth.
Yeah. Zariah's gonna step off because Zariah likes experimenting too. Zariah steps off like into the
Mhm.
pure darkness itself.
Mm-hmm. You
Does that-
feel
And she
cold.
grabs some of the shadows and makes a little fox.
So as you go and you try to grab the shadows, you've had this happen a few times before. You're always you've been told by Arel to be very, very careful when using your shadow powers in the shadow realm,
Mhm.
because the shadows there are kind of tainted with something that neither of you two understand.
Hmm.
And as you do that and you try kind of forming the shadows into something, which as your shadow powers are right now, you normally need to have it attached in some way to your shadow rod. So you kind of make it onto your shadow rod, and the fox bites your finger and then vanishes.
That was not Buster's boy.
Mean
Oh, wait. Zariah's going to try and do what Arel does, where she can instantly move us
Mm-hmm.
to another section of the room.
As you try to do that, make me a courage check, difficulty 4.
Just call yourself a rel.
Did I? No, like Arel can do.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Okay.
I believe it's what you
Oh,
said.
I know. Sorry. 16.
16. Okay. So as you try to kind of, because the way it kind of works is you just kind of imagine yourself there and that it happens.
Right.
As you try to doing that, your stomach instantly kind of flips over. And you get this kind of instant, like you could feel it go right up to your back of your throat, and like your vision swims for a moment, and everything about this feels incredibly wrong. And you don't physically move, but you watch. It almost looks like a breeze, a very strong gust of wind kind of batters the group, because the darkness itself moves very
It's
quickly
moving.
towards you. And the rest of you, you don't feel any breeze or anything, but I know, especially with how connected you are to Aki, you watch as his light just kind of flickers, like it's again, like it's being blown out. And because you understand the light really well, you know that's not possible. You can't blow out an electromagnetic light.
Interesting. So, you know how normally in the Shadow Realm, how we get from place to place is like imagining it essentially. And and then we go to that place. Do you know how we can do that?
Yes.
I just tried that here. And instead of me moving, and it didn't really feel good, I don't recommend it. But instead of me moving, the darkness moved.
It cannot be healthy to live down here. If they weren't such terrible people, I would be very concerned for the Yiga clan's health.
I
So
definitely agree, but that means there's something here, and it's probably not Aunt Trell doing this.
let me
She
get
doesn't
this-
really like that thrilling feel of like dropping suddenly when it's not in bed.
Let me get this straight real quick. You tried to do something that only works in the Shadow Realm, outside the Shadow Realm, and you
How-
got
how-
a
how
different
quick is real
result.
quick?
I love how it
Did Elias
froze.
just freeze?
Yes.
Which means our stream is frozen. There.
It just flickers.
Yes, it is.
My favorite part of it, from our perspective, is let me explain real quick. Frozen.
And then how quick is quick?
I heard all of that, and then yeah. Anyway,
Good.
let me
The stream is still frozen.
stream. Well, it's delayed.
Well, again, we're on a delay, so
No, I mean it's frozen. We haven't moved since Elias hasn't moved.
They're moving for me, if that helps.
It's moving.
Okay.
yeah, they're moving for me too. So
All right, that's weird.
Anyway,
never mind. Sorry.
so Adesh,
Oh, there.
Let me get this. I don't remember what I said exactly.
Let me get this straight.
Let me get this straight real quick. You tried to do something that only works in the Shadow Realm, outside the Shadow Realm,
Yes.
and you got a different result outside the Shadow Realm than inside the Shadow Realm.
Correct. Instead of us moving, instead of me
Right.
moving, the darkness moved instead.
Okay. Is this
And
result
as I
surprising?
mentioned, yes, it is.
Okay.
It feels very similar to the Shadow Realm here.
Oh,
I don't know if
does
you're
it?
frozen for that. It does.
Well, does that mean that we have to channel the angry shadows through you, making you uncomfortable to move around here, or can we just?
I mean,
walk?
we've been
What?
walking.
No, we can't move. We can't move via it, but the darkness can move. I kind of want someone else to try it, but it also feels like
I will say, Arel is the only one that has enough control in the Shadow Realm to actually move all of you. You
Right.
have experimented with it, but you have only ever been able to move yourself. And the one time you successfully did it, you got a talking to from Arel because bad things can happen.
Yep. I remember that conversation. That's
So.
That she had with herself in her head.
Yes.
So
There was a lot of
yeah,
crying.
it's yeah.
One eye cried, the other one did not.
So what do you guys want to do?
Whatever we can do in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Move
that's what I'm
forward.
I'm watching.
I would like
I-
to. Whatever you think is the best way to explore this area and find a realm.
You
That's our
stay
goal.
close to a key, and I
yeah,
know.
Okay.
Stay
yeah,
in the light.
Okay.
Though I am curious what happens to you when you come out here. It's probably not the best idea at the moment.
I mean, we can if you think it's worth it. I'm a hardy guy.
So I've heard. Let's play it
From
safe.
who?
Zariah
you
has
seem
talked to your
surprised. No.
partners.
She got the dirt on you.
And I oop.
So moving forward, I'm assuming Zariah, do you want to kind of go ahead of the party and kind of move a little bit further? Okay.
Mhm.
So as the party moves forward with Zariah basically in a scout position, Zariah, you come to the opening first. It is the hallway itself is only about like 30 feet long, and it opens up. And as you get there, you can see these tiny purple pinpoints of light. That as your eyes kind of focus, you can see they're basically these purple flames that seem to be in various places. You also realize that you've entered into this very large chamber that goes down probably about 100 feet, and has scaffolding and all these other the things kind of built on it. And at the opposite side of the chamber, you see something that makes you instantly, like it makes your blood chill almost instantly. You see this device that looks surprisingly familiar because it bears a sharp resemblance to Auntie Rel's stabby bits, and it is radiating the darkness that you are feeling from the Shadow Realm. Effectively, this darkness that is happening here is coming from this device. Yes?
No, I'm kidding.
I didn't
Your
even hear
gate
that.
hit you, so
Your
we
gate
know
hit
that.
it.
I attack the darkness. No.
I cast magic missile at what? At the darkness.
I
Anyway,
cast fireball.
Um,
I mean, I can do that if you
What
want.
if there's ladies there?
I want to do them anyway. What does Zariah do? Who's seeing this scary stuff?
Yeah.
Zariah sort of stops and tells the rest of the party what she sees, and
And
is probably going to fly over to it.
I'll say Arel has probably told you quite a few different times the experience that got her shadow abilities, and from what you recall, this device sounds almost identical to the one that originally gave Arel her shadow abilities. And in the center of it, you can see an object kind of floating there that looks kind of strange. It's somewhat kind of teardrop shaped, but it has kind of a spiral conclusion in it. And none of you have ever seen an item like this before. But unfortunately, that is where we're going to have to end it for today.
Oh no.
So, as always, if you missed any of this, we do put all of our episodes right here on the Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Zelda Universe TV. Apparently, last week's episode's having a little bit of difficulty getting uploaded, but Elias and I will work on that. And by Elias and I mean Elias. We'll work on that and get this one uploaded as well. Otherwise, again, we do eventually upload them all to the YouTube channel as well. So youtube.com/Zelda Universe TV. Otherwise, again, that is going to be all for us today. And we will see you guys until next time. All right. Bye-bye.